Thank you for being here tonight. This is Curriculum Night and welcome, class of 2025 to Oregon City High School. My name is Carrie Wilhelm, and I am lucky to be the principal here at Oregon City High School. Next slide, please. We are so excited tonight to talk with you about our school and promote Oregon City High School and the amazing programs and athletics and classes that we have at our school. We love Oregon City High School and we hope that you will too. Tonight, we have a goal of sharing with you a little bit about our school, the requirements that we have for graduation, the different classes and the programs we offer, teach you how to sign up for classes as a student, and let you know who's available to help your student. So tonight we have a main presentation that will talk about all of this stuff in kind of a general form. And then at the end of the presentation, there will be an opportunity for you to click on links to join Zoom links for smaller groups to talk to specific departments and programs for you to ask questions and meet some of our amazing staff. Our slide here highlights some of the amazing things about Oregon City High School. We have over 25 active clubs that we'll talk about some of the specifics on tonight. We have one of the most robust elective programs in the state. We have culinary, we have construction, we have a great partnership with Clackamas Community College. We've got business courses, we have CTE. There's so many things that we offer that hopefully your student can find their place at Oregon City High School. We have 21 athletic programs, 15 advanced placement courses, over 25 college credit courses where students can earn high school and college credit at the same time. And we have an amazing JROTC program, which is very unique for the state. So hopefully our goal is to provide a robust program for our high school students so that they can find their tribe of people and the hobbies and academics that they love and be a part of a great high school program. The agenda tonight, we will be first doing some introductions of some of the people who are here today or that are part of the high school who are willing to help at any point in time. We're going to go over the graduation requirements. I know that sounds really early because you haven't even started high school yet, but graduation comes very quickly. So we need to make sure that we're aware of all of the requirements. We'll talk about a typical student schedule, talk about some of our curriculum information, electives, college credit opportunities, give you some very specific information about forecasting and where you can find even more detailed information. We'll talk a little bit about some of our athletics and our activities and how we support our students. And then, like I said, at the end, there will be links available for you to break out into separate Zooms to talk with departments and counselors. So before we get started into the nitty gritty, let me introduce a few people who are with us tonight. Like I said, I'm the principal, Carrie Wilhelm. We have our associate principals here tonight as well, Dr. Stacey Erickson, Mr. Toby Futch, Mr. Mike Stead, and our athletic director and associate principal, Mr. Andy Jones. We also have our Dean of Students, Lynn Berry, and some of you may know Miss Lynn Berry as she has worked in the district for many years and most recently came to us from one of our wonderful middle schools. Also, I'd like to introduce tonight some of our counselors and student support specialists. So we have 6 counselors who are with us tonight: Mr. Lucente, Mr. Coop, Mrs. McBride, Ms. Kaufman, Ms. Sarimi, and Ms. Zalewski. And they are, you can see their alpha. Our counselors are broken up by alphabet of student last name, and they are ready and willing at all times to help their students, both with academic needs as well as social emotional needs as well. We have Dr. Christine Baldwin, who is our student success coach. She focuses particularly on 9th grade success and making sure that our 9th graders are feeling supported and are on the right academic path. But she helps all of our students in their academics and making sure that they're moving towards graduation. We also have Miss Erica Frafford, and she is our college career coordinator. And we are lucky enough at Oregon City High School to have a full-time college career center, and we'll learn a little bit more about that this evening as well. All right, so I know it seems so early. You're just barely getting into high school, and we're talking about graduation requirements. And it seems like, why in the world are we talking about this yet? But I promise it goes fast. And please know that it goes fast, and it's important to plan very carefully and to cherish every moment that we have in high school. And for you parents, I have a junior in high school this year, and it's hard to believe that she is going to be a senior next year. I can't believe it came so fast. So graduation requirements. This is what it takes to graduate from Oregon City High School. You can see there in the far left column, the subject area, we require credits in English, math, science, social sciences, PE, health, fine arts, applied arts, and then general electives. Fine arts and applied arts also includes our world languages, and then general electives and a senior project. And so if you look over on the right-hand side, it lets you know how many credits you need in that subject area to graduate. And that is extremely, extremely important to make sure that you're planning. For example, if you look, English, it is required for 4 credits. And so you have to take and pass English each year. And so it's really important that when you're forecasting and for your planning, that you keep these graduation credits in mind, and that you are working with your counselor to make sure that you are forecasting for the correct courses and the necessary courses in order to get you to graduate on time. And we will talk a little bit more about some of those details as we move forward. This here, and I know it's a little bit hard to read, but this here is a sample schedule of what a student's schedule may look like for an entire year. Different from middle school, Oregon City High School is on a trimester schedule. So there are 3 trimesters within a school year, and most courses are a 2-trimester course. So for example, an English course for freshman English would have a 9A and a 9B section. So freshman English, as you can see in trimester 1 and trimester 2 there, is a 2-trimester course. And so students may have courses in their first trimester and then in their 3rd trimester, or they may have courses that are first and second, or even second and third. So when you see a student schedule at the beginning of the year and you say, oh my gosh, they don't have global studies or they don't have a science course, it may be that it's in a different trimester. And so it is a little bit different than the transition between semesters, which you are used to at the middle school. Trimesters does have a little bit bigger of a transition because you may have a break in the learning. However, our teachers are very, very excellent at bridging that gap. And they work really hard at the beginning of trimesters to review what may have happened in the previous course, the previous section, even if it was a trimester away. So it takes a little bit of getting used to, but you can see some courses are 1 trimester, some courses are 2, and some are 3. We also have mentor teams, which is our advisory at OCHS, and mentor teams happen every Wednesday. And that is a course where the students will stay with the same students and the same teacher throughout their 4 years. And they will create relationships and bonds with one another. And that is where we also get some of our college and career learning that happens, as well as some of our social emotional learning as well. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hi, everybody. I'm Mike Stead, one of the associate principals at Oregon City. And I'm going to talk just a little bit about a few aspects of our curriculum. So just a few things to get going. At OCHS, we are a large comprehensive high school. And one of the things that means is we have a lot of different classes. There are over 180 different classes at OCHS. Among those, We have 15 different advanced placement courses, more than 25 advanced college credit courses, with more coming on all the time. And as part of that, we have a variety of courses that are offered in partnership with CCC. Um, Everything that we're going to talk about tonight is included within our curriculum handbook. Um, so if we want to go on to the next slide, one of the really cool things that we've been able to do this year is move our curriculum handbook to be completely online. And so our curriculum handbook is available on our website at the very top of the home page under forecasting. And within our curriculum handbook, you're able to see our course offerings, an academic planning guide, forms and applications, and then different fields of study as they relate to the courses that we offer at the high school. And so it's available for you to check out anytime, and it's online now. It's a really great tool to start planning for your forecasting experience and what classes you want to take. One of the really cool programs that we offer at OCHS is AVID. AVID stands for Advancement via Individual Determination. And this is a program that is helping students to learn the necessary skills to succeed in college and career. Some of you may be coming to OCHS already having participated in AVID, or you may have friends that have participated in AVID, and you may want to participate in AVID as well coming into high school. Please know that's absolutely something that you can do. If you want to join AVID, we would love to have you join in that process. And really with AVID, I think one of the coolest things about it is just that college university exposure and building those skills through like building academic and social skills, and just getting a chance to really do some awesome career exploration there. So little pitch for AVID, if you want to check that out, or if you're coming to us already having been an AVID participant at the middle level or at a previous site. One of the other really cool opportunities that we have at OC is just the amount of available college credit that we are able to offer. So with our college credit opportunities, students are able to take high school classes and receive college credit at an incredibly reduced cost. It's going to save you time and money, give you a chance to get started early on getting college credit. And we do have waivers available for students that qualify for free and reduced lunch. These classes cost $10 per college credit, and they are transferable not only to community colleges, but also to the colleges within the Oregon State University system. So like U of O, OSU, PSU. Most of these courses are available in junior and senior year. However, there are some that are open earlier. And also, it's a good idea to start planning for them early if you plan on going that route. Just to throw it out there, last year at OC, our students earned 4,943 college credits in the year, meaning that they saved for $459,699 of tuition. That's a lot of money. So it's a great opportunity to be able to get a jump start. I actually did a program like this when I was in high school as well, and I actually got to start college as a sophomore, which saved me a lot of money. So it can be a great opportunity. If you're curious about the courses that we offer, again, this list is growing as more and more classes come on. But just some things that I wanted to point out really quick. Not all of the classes that we offer for college credit are AP classes. You'll see that there are some AP classes on this list, but also classes like, just to shout out some of my people, Accounting 1, right? Or computer keyboarding, right? These are classes that students can get into at a much younger age, and be able to start earning credit in right away. And so just to throw out there, if you're interested in some of these specific fields or interested in these opportunities, they can be available early and often throughout your high school experience. So feel free to check those out. And I think with that, I am passing to Mr. Toby Fletch.
Yep. Hi, I'm Toby Futch, one of the other associate principals. If you are new to Oregon City School District, so if you came from a charter school or a private school, online, homeschool, or another district, we're going to have a specific link at the end of this webinar where you can go, and there's going to be a counselor, an associate principal, and one of our counseling support staff that can help you with the forecasting process, which is because we are 100% online for forecasting this year. And that is something that we can provide right now through our student view for students that are in district only. So that's where you're going to get some of your questions answered if you're a new student to Oregon City High School. First, the next part is we're going to talk a little bit about forecasting instructions for students that are from Ogden and Gardner, which you can do through your student view account. I think you've already gotten a little bit of instructions that were sent home this weekend, along with information in your advisories yesterday and today. So forecasting is 100% online this year. You'll be able to use your student view accounts. Your forecasting sheets are only used as a worksheet and a guide, so you're not going to turn these into your counselor. We are going to show you the highlight of a tutorial. Just talk about that here in just a minute, and there's going to be a link on our Oregon City High School forecasting page, and I'm going to have one of our other assistant principals go ahead and throw that link into the chat a couple of times as we're talking. So if we can get that, it's this one right here, OregonCityPioneers.org/OCHS/forecasting, but we're going to make that available so you can just click on it and it'll open that window for you. And this is a video that shows you how to forecast. We're not going to show it to you, but it is going to be on the forecasting website. It takes you through how to do that through Synergy or through Student View. And it takes you step by step. One of our counselors, Megan McBride, did a wonderful job creating this for both our students that are already in high school and our 8th graders coming into high school next year as 9th graders.
Hey there, future pioneers.
Looking at your 9th grade courses. So here's a sample of the forecasting worksheet for the upcoming year. As you notice, you've got an English choice, a math choice, a science choice, and a social science choice. All 9th graders are going to go into English 9, and we are differentiating the material in there to challenge you as you need. And the same thing goes for science. So there's STEM physics that all students are going to go into. And notice next to it, it says there are 2 trimesters. So there are 2 trimester classes, and Ms. Wilhelm went over an example of what 9th grade English would look like where they are back to back in that sample schedule. But then STEM physics was an example where you had STEM physics A in first trimester and STEM physics B in 3rd trimester. So that would be an example of a class that gets split. Right now, everybody in their schedule shows that they have math for integrated 1 and global studies 9 for social science. That can be changed based on recommendations of test and grade data that we've looked at, teacher recommendations, and a student's desire to be challenged. So if you have questions about that and you're a student at OCOP at Ogden or at Gardner, please reach out to your teacher in those respective subjects to talk to them about those options. Also, all 9th graders are going to be put into Fit for Life, which is our introductory PE class. And that teaches you the basics around the PE offerings that we have in high school. And then also Health 1. And then you get to choose the different electives. So 4 different electives to choose from. And then we want you to choose 6 alternates, because there are so many people that want to take so many classes. We can't always give you exactly what you want. And so we need to know if
Hey,
we
Maria
can't
Elena.
exactly what you want, what the alternatives would be. Okay. So here is what I was talking about, that the 2 classes that are already in your schedule that show the integrated 1, A, B, and C, and the global studies. But these are the 2 alternates if you want to be challenged, or we've seen some data that shows that you might, in order to challenge you, we might need to move you up a little bit, or AP Human Geography for global studies, or you just want to be challenged. Then you want to connect with your 8th grade teacher in those respective courses if you want to do something a little more.
Toby, can we pause for a second? Maria Elena, our families are having a difficult time hearing you in the Spanish interpreting room. Maybe can we check your mic and your sound?
You're great now.
Much better?
You're good.
Great.
We're good to go.
So what we will do for families who haven't been able to hear Maria Elena, at the end of this, we will have Maria Elena stay in this room for a little bit, and we can cover some of the material that we have already covered. Thank you for pausing, Toby.
You're welcome. So here, I believe I already covered this a little bit. Using the online curriculum handbook. So you're going again to that forecasting website that we have already put in the chat, and we're going to continue to push that, because that's like a one-stop shopping for forecasting and our counseling department. That a number of people have put a lot of work into getting that ready. Again, like I talked about before, you want to have 4 electives here to choose from, and then 6 alternates to make sure that we have some choices to help you get towards graduation and give you a multitude of electives. I think the next is class choices.
I can take over here. So things to look for. So when you are looking at your class choices, and particularly with those electives as a freshman, you are going to want to check out the description. Does the class description look interesting to you? What grade level can take the class? We have a ton of classes that are open to freshmen, but not all of them are. So make sure that you are checking that when you're filling out your forecasting. Prerequisites. Prerequisites are courses that you need to take before taking another course. So for example, in order to take some of our higher level art classes, you have to have taken Intro to Art to start out with. And so making sure that you are planning ahead for what you want to take in the future, but also knowing before you forecast for a course that you need to check to make sure you have met the prerequisites. And then always remember, check how many trimesters the course is. Some of our courses are 1, 2, and 3 trimesters. Make sure when you forecast that you forecast for that many trimesters. So for example, if you want to take a course that is 2 trimesters, you are going to put that in 2 slots of your elective. So Toby, can you go back to the previous slide for a second? On that, where it says the course, if it's a 2 trimester course, you're going to have it fill out 2 slots. And so make sure that you put that in. All right. Also, it is extremely important that you fill out your alternates. If you don't have all of your alternates, we may put you in a course that you didn't want in there. So having all of your alternates in there and having that filled is extremely important. As we build the master schedule, we build it based on the courses that students forecast for. So it is extremely important that you are accurate in what you are forecasting for, because that is how we decide how many classes of each subject and each course to offer.
So here's an example of, here's the page called Courses at a Glance that's on that curriculum handbook website. And up here in the top right-hand corner, if you click on this, it shows you every course that we offer. And next to it, notice it has numbers next to it. That tells you what grades of classes that you can take. So anytime you see 9 next to it, that means that's a class that you could take as a 9th grader. If I want to find out more about art history, I'm going to click this right here where it says the fine arts, or the arts, fine arts. And this is Megan McBride also made a video on this that I'm going to show you a little bit of like what that looks like when you see the forecasting webpage in a minute. Oops. And here, Courses at a Glance, you see all of these classes are for 9th graders. And yeah, what is the elective about? Well, if like I said, when you click on the arts, it'll tell you a little bit about what an introduction to art is, what art history is, what sculpture is. And as an example, I believe our example is a shout out to one of our CTE courses, Design and Construction. So under the CTE course, it shows you what the name is. It tells you that 9th graders can take it. It shows you how many trimesters the course is, where you get the credits, if there's a fee that's required, and then a little bit that tells you about what the class is that Mr. Wirtz is going to be talking about in that class and showing you with your hands-on activities. So arts and design and construction aren't the only things that are available. We have world language, where we offer Spanish, French, and German. In arts, we have both fine and performing arts. So arts and drawing and graphic design, and then performing arts, which is the music and the acting, the drama, theater, ROTC. And then we have a number of CTE courses, construction. We're going to be starting health sciences, and then business. And then you can take an additional PE beyond that Fit for Life. So if let's say you wanted to take PE Fit for Life and you wanted to take 2 weightlifting courses after that, you would request weightlifting twice. All freshmen we talked about are going to take STEM physics, but let's say you want to take chemistry as well, you would put that in as your as another elective that you wanted to take chemistry as well. But you need to make sure that if it's a 2-trimester course, you request both trimesters, so chemistry A and chemistry B. The same thing for AVID. If you wanted to take AVID, it's a 3-trimester course, so you need to make sure that you request A, B, and C for that. So I've talked a little bit about how the website works. On that forecasting website, there is also a video, like I said, that's going to show you some other key points within that curriculum handbook website. Okay. And I think Mr. Jones is going to be talking about being a well-rounded individual.
Thank you, Mr. Futch. Yes, all of you are going to be entering high school at the age of 14 here in the next couple of months, and some of those are in high school already. It's very important that you use this opportunity to become a well-rounded individual. And some of the ways that you can do that is challenging yourself in some of our academic courses, participating in co-curricular, extracurricular, and club activities that we offer, becoming involved in our community with community service activities, and all this will lead towards a very positive and good mental health that will sustain with you later on. So please make sure that you take a look at all of that the high school has to offer, get yourself involved, and become a well-rounded student, a well-rounded individual, and enjoy the time that you have in high school. At Oregon City High School, we offer 21 different athletic programs, from the traditional activities or athletic programs such as football, soccer, volleyball, to bowling, snowboarding, equestrian, clay target shooting, rugby. We really feel that we have a lot of options for anybody, and that whatever you want to experience, that you will get that opportunity. Most of our programs will run 3 different teams, varsity, a JV, and either a JV2 or freshman. Over the course of one school year, we will get about 1,050 students participating in those 21 different athletic programs. We have over 115 coaches that coach at Oregon City High School, whether they're head coaches and or assistant coaches. We have unified sports that is a combination of different types of athletes with soccer and also with basketball. So being part of that athletic program, being part of those teams is a great way and a great introduction into high school. When you're looking at a high school at Oregon City that has 2,000 students, this is a very good opportunity for you to ease your way in, forge some relationships, and become comfortable with the building, because our building is very big. I call it a small city because we have so much room and so many students. We have a fantastic staff that's going to make you feel welcome every day that you come. So don't miss out on the opportunity to become part of one of our athletic programs. I will have a breakout room later where I can go into more specific and answer more specific questions. And with that, not only do we have 21 different athletic programs, but we also got over 25 different clubs, which again, there is something for everyone. Whether it's a gaming club or speech and debate. Mr. Behringer is here this evening. He's also going to be in the athletic and activity room talking about speech and debate. We've got a fashion club. We've got a knitting club. We've got all kinds of clubs to get involved with. And all it really takes is an interest from a student to find an advisor, and a club can be 1 person or it can be 100 person. So nothing is impossible at Oregon City High School when it comes to what you are interested in and what you would like to do. So hopefully you will become involved in clubs, co-curricular, extracurricular activities, and work on being that well-rounded individual.
So my name is Stacey Erickson. I'm one of the associate principals here at Oregon City High School as well. And supporting our incoming 9th grade class is really important to us. And so I'm going to share with you a few of the support things we have in place. First of all is our 9th grade orientation. That is usually the first day of school. Link Crew is a wonderful system of mentors that are usually grades 11 and 12. And we are looking forward to hopefully hosting this in person this year in the fall. And this relationship with Link Crew leaders continues throughout the year and really helps provide some of the supportive mentoring and ready scaffolding for support that students need. We also at our school, next slide, we also have a high school success coach who one of her most important responsibilities is 9th grade success, Dr. Christine Baldwin, who's on this call. And she provides some wonderful information for families, a newsletter. We have 9th grade family nights, and then we have a number of special programs listed right here that help support our 9th graders and beyond. And so that we are looking forward to that in the fall. We've been doing those virtual this year, but we're excited about hopefully having some in person for next year. Next slide. We also have a college and career center run by Erica Frafford. And this is a pretty exciting spot where students can learn about colleges and careers, and it's open during all school hours. In the brick and mortar, we have a lot of virtual activities this year, and I assume that we might have some virtual evening activities next year also, but plenty of in person. And ninth grade, I know it seems early to think about college, but there's some wonderful, not just ideas, but kind of dreams and thoughts and wonderful things that students can experiment and look into and set their sights on. And so Erica, I believe, might be here later, but if not, she definitely is usually a part of our ninth grade nights, and we get to be with, she can help support our students. Next slide. We also, just as in middle school, we use the outward facing part of our student information program, which is Student View and Parent View. It is a really important tool, not just for students, but also for parents to help support good attendance, grade progress, information from teachers, and also schedule. And we definitely, as you come up, as we get a little bit closer to our high school until the fall, we can help get you set up and make sure that everyone, all the parents in the family are set up, and we can get that sorted out. And usually our attendance secretary, Holly Stone, is our point person there, but you can talk to a counselor and they can help that also. The other piece after Student View is also, and Parent View, is also emailing teachers. The best way to contact teachers is by email. And there is a contact button on the front of our website. And one of the cool parts about becoming a high schooler and becoming a ninth grader is taking the role of advocating and making sure to communicate with teachers for students. And so we welcome all families helping to support their student, reaching out to teachers, but then by all means, parents can also, but it's that growing time that's pretty fun, and it's nice to see students grow in that way. And I think that's it.
Okay, as you move through this process for the forecasting website, you'll see that there's some contact information on that forecasting website that would include some frequently asked questions, which I'll show you a sample of that in a minute. But each of the counselors here at Oregon City High School, their emails are here. Also on the Oregon City website, Oregon City Pioneers website, there's district resources, health services, nutrition services. If you need free and reduced lunch, there's applications there. And then transportation around bus routes and homeless education. So just a plethora of opportunities for you to get your questions answered and resources for you to get the questions that you have answered. One of our other counselors, with the help of her colleagues, Brooke Zalewski, made up a FAQ for ninth grade forecasting. So there, as you see, there's some tips and tricks. There's some common forecasting questions, and there's some support reminders. And you can find this on the forecasting website as well. So you know, this may answer some of your questions if you're not getting an immediate response, as counselors are working through the number of questions that they get this time of year as students are trying to figure out how they're going to be best set up for success getting into high school and moving through to college or career during high school. So department and counselor questions. If you're coming from a school other than Gardner or Ogden, we're going to have some links here available in a minute, and I'm going to give you a snapshot of it, and then Mike is going to throw it in the chat. But we've got a Zoom link for new students for your forecasting specifics, and I know that there's a lot of questions, and there's going to continue to be a lot of questions as you go through this process. If you want to know something specific about a course or an area of study, we do have Zoom links by department. Or if you have questions about four-year planning, graduation, or other counseling questions, there's going to be a counseling Zoom link, which is the first one that you're going to see in this sheet that I'm going to show you in a minute. But if you have a specific question about you or your student for the counselor, please email them for them to be able to answer your questions directly. So The links that I was talking about, the sheet is, here's an example of it. So when Mike puts it in the chat and you click on it, this is what you're going to see that's going to come up. So if you have a counseling question, these are the people that are going to be in there, myself and Ms. Barry and some of the counselors, and you would click on the Zoom link and it should take you to jump over there. If you're a new student, you would go to the new students and then so on and so forth. And one of the links that was added down here at the bottom very late after this was completed was from Erica Frafford. She was unable to be here tonight. I think they have a volleyball game or something else going on. And so she has a video to advertise the College and Career Center. So if you want to see that, you can see that kind of at your own leisure. That's recorded. And so you don't have to watch that right now. So we are going to have, I think, the Spanish-speaking families, if you need to hold on, we're going to go back and review some of this material because of the challenges we were having with interpretation. But if you were able to click on one of these sessions, you can jump over to either a department or to the counseling or to the new students, and we'll be able to answer your questions as we make our transition over there. Okay, Ms. Wilhelm, did you want to say anything before we let families go?
Just thank you again for being here. We're so excited for your incoming ninth graders to join us at OCHS. And of course, if you have questions, reach out to counselors, admin, and we are staying on a lot of these links and calls if you have specific questions. So thanks again for being here. Thanks for your patience as we have had some technical difficulties, and we will see you soon. Link in the chat for you to go to a breakout Zoom session to get some questions answered.
And families can go to more than one Zoom link, correct?
Yes, absolutely. Go to a Zoom link and then go to another one. You could go to as many as you can get in. And if you are having,
I'm gonna make you the host since you're staying on this part here, and I'm going to jump over to the counseling.
Thanks, Toby.
Okay, sounds great. Thanks, Toby. Just in case there are any issues, the document does say that their large group are addressing it, so it may take a little bit of a sequence. If anybody needs a particular links, we might want to post some specifically, maybe counselor's link. It just says we need to publish the document for large groups of people.
That are saying they can't access it?
Some folks cannot access, so it just may take a little bit of time to get through. It says to make this document available for large groups, publish it. Oh. There's just a little bit of a delay, so
got it.
The links will be available.
We have a question in the chat about when forecasting needs to be turned in. That is a great question. Let me double check the date before I say something incorrectly.
Looks like the counseling link isn't working.
I'm trying that right now, Stacey, to see if just the link that got put in is broken or if what's listed is correct. Let's see if we can get it there.
And the link's not working.
Okay, we're going to need to get a new link in there right away. And then, I'm going to mute and let Toby know to make a link right now.
I'm going to scoot over with Brandon.
Okay.
Principal Wilhelm, it's March 5th, forecasting due in student view, and I can give the link that goes to the forecasting page that we have on our website.
Perfect, thank you.
There we go.
And the form, for those of you families are in here, the form is not a fillable form, so you're not filling out the form. You can fill out the form for your own purposes, but the forecasting actually happens in student view. So the form is for your planning purposes, print it off, you can write on it, but in Student View is where you forecast. And if you are somebody who does not have access to Student View because you are a new student to the district, or are from our charter schools in the district, you should attend the new student breakout Zoom link right now, because that is where you will learn your process for forecasting.
There is a question in the chat. What area of Student View, please? We can't find it. And is that because my kiddo is in the online program this year?
Rachel, I would say you should attend the counseling link. And they are going to be able to answer your question about the Student View the best. So we can put do we have an updated counseling link yet? Okay, we are getting the updated counseling link very soon. And we will put that in there and they will be able to answer and guide you through the Student View. Okay, I am heading off of this link because I need to go run a few other links too, actually. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I'm going to try. So I will be in science and special programs if anybody needs me. And I have my cell phone.
Thank you, Ms.
Welcome.
Baldwin. I do have a Zoom link that I just created. I'm not sure if that could be used at this moment for this particular situation.
Let's give them just a minute to try to figure it out really quick. And then if not, then we'll do it for them.
Okay, I have one ready if we need it.
I'm just answering questions as they come up in the chat. So. Okay, it looks like we have an updated Zoom link. Let me confirm that it is working before I share that, just to make sure. Yep, okay. Folks that are still on this call looking for the counseling link here. And to everybody, here is the updated link for counseling, and it is updated on the main links page now as well. And then Maria Elena and Anastasia, were you going to head over to the counseling link to support there? Was that the plan? Oh, Toby didn't turn off interpretation rooms, so we can't hear you.
Let's see.
I think if you want to go, Anastasia, if you want to go to that link that I just put in the chat and go to that Zoom room, I think that's where the most families immediately went to.
Okay. Okay. So Mike, do we go there?
I think so. Yeah, unless, are there any families Maybe Maria Elena, we want to just ask really quick, because Anastasia, your interpretation was working great the whole time. You should be good to go. Maria Elena, we may just want to double check that there aren't any families that are confused about where to go really quick.
Sure. Should I ask them right now?
Yeah, maybe, just to make sure.
Yes. Si hay alguna persona que tenga dudas de la información previa que se dio o por no haber escuchado, por favor, si nos pueden mandar un mensaje. Gracias. Mike, the majority of the families should be in the counseling link then?
Yeah, I think I would guess that there's probably 80 families in there right now.
So if you want, like you said, what about if I go there and do?
Yeah, I think having both of you go there to support would probably make the most sense right now.
Okay, I will.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you.
And then Christine, since it's just you and me, I wonder if we just ask questions come in, we can just answer them live.
Okay.
As opposed to
Sounds
typing
great.
out responses to them.
Do you want the recording stopped at this moment or left on and then edited later on?
Why don't we go ahead and stop the recording now?
Okay.
So